Hey everyone, I want to give a brief impressions video about Watch Dogs 2, but before I even say anything, I want to address this. What is that? Ubisoft, what is this? The following clips are of course recorded off of the PS4's share button, as I was too lazy to hook up the Elgato to record. Imagine my dismay when I discovered this very unsightly watermark that plagues every clip. I do apologise, I've never seen this before, it's just bizarre. Anyway, it's a shame because I've actually got mostly nothing but praise for this game. Yeah, as the thumbnail suggests, I really like this game. It's a lot of fun. So there you go. You already know that I've got a lot of positive things to say. And to also keep you fully informed, my impressions are based off of a few hours of gameplay. I've done the intro and the first couple of missions as well as a good sample of some of the optional content. Okay, so I think this game is great, and here are some of the reasons why. I may go out on a limb here and say that this is the best open world game I've played since GTA 5. I'm not sure how bold of a statement that is, but this is just my personal feelings. Watch Dogs 2 feels like a breath of fresh air, especially coming off the back of Mafia 3, which was so disappointing. It certainly makes you appreciate it when the genre is done correctly. Watch Dogs 2 is set in San Francisco, and as you drive around, you'll notice how bright and vibrant and colourful everything is. I think it really reflects the general tone of this game. They're not taking themselves too seriously here, and they're having fun, and it shows. For those that played the first Watch Dogs, you'll probably be aware of that game's shortcomings. People felt disappointed the game didn't live up to its trailers, graphically speaking, and they felt Aiden Pearce was a boring, uninspired protagonist. Me? I actually thought Watch Dogs was decent. Not great, but decent, and something definitely worth checking out. Now Watch Dogs 2 has come along, you really do get a sense of where the devs wanted to improve on the last one, where they'd taken some criticisms on board, and now we can see the changes. Firstly, I just really want to emphasise the fun factor here. Marcus is a much more light-hearted and happy character. There's many shops to visit as you can customise his hats, t-shirts, glasses, trousers, shoes and his backpack. Compared to Aiden Pearce, you could choose between different shades and different patterns of the same coat. Now you can pick from a wide variety of striking bright colours, which again, fits so perfectly with the overall tone of this recreation of San Francisco. The addition of the RV car and the drone is brilliant. Honestly, both are very responsive to use and such a well thought out idea to use in this sequel. It fits perfectly. Where everything is high tech, it makes sense and doesn't feel out of place at all. Although, when you use the car to jump on people's windshields and they don't react, that's kind of silly, but hey, I just think it's hilarious. It would have been terrible if security guards didn't react, but thankfully they do, and as they should. I'm definitely picking the stealth route. It's how I feel this game should be played. Maybe even go as far as to say I'll avoid weapons altogether. Unless there's a mission where it absolutely necessitates that you use a gun, then obviously I'll have no choice. It seems to me that in a game with all the tools and abilities it gives you, you shouldn't need to go in guns blazing. In this, I think if you're a hacker, then you want to remain unseen. Marcus doesn't exactly strike me as the murderous type, so let's leave those antics to GTA. Hopefully that can be the case. The main missions I've done so far is what you'd expect, not too dissimilar from the first game, hacking into computers, stealing files, using cameras to set up traps and to find key items. They're good fun, and I do like spending a lot of time scoping the place out and figuring out a strategy, and then trying to see if it all works. It's not Metal Gear Solid level of stealth, but it's challenging enough if you don't want to be seen at all, and forgiving enough to still be fun. The side missions you can find from encounters in the street or hacking into people's phones. This encourages the exploration, so just don't use fast travel. Not at this stage at least. Travel as much as you can. You never know what you might stumble across. The other optional content I've tried out so far is the app on the phone that functions essentially like an Uber app. You're the taxi driver taking various people around the city for various reasons. For extra money, they might prefer you to drive fast, drive slow, drive them to multiple destinations, or even to take them across jumps. What's interesting about this feature is every passenger you pick up has their own story to tell, which makes the city feel more alive and lived in. I don't quite know yet just how many of these trips there are. Do they eventually begin to repeat themselves, or does the game just begin to generate some generic silent passengers to take them to a generic location? I don't know. That'll be to find out, obviously. There's another app on the phone that lets you know about nearby key locations that you can take pictures on to gain extra in-game followers. At this moment in the story, it's all about racking up a social presence in DedSec, and so what better way than to pull faces in front of landmarks? What I really like about this though is, as with other collectibles, is there's a good reason to do it. It's not just a throwaway feature to pad out the game. You can unlock paint jobs, earn extra cash and extra gestures. It's really good when collectibles are there for an actual reason. It's an incentive, and it's very welcomed for people like myself who like to get lost in an open world. So yeah, these are the key features that have really impressed me so far in this game. Feelings may change over the course of this story, but hopefully it doesn't. Already, as I've been typing out the script for this, I want to get back in and play, and that's always a good sign. So yes, if you've been apprehensive about purchasing this game because of the first one, then please don't hesitate. Ubisoft have done really well here. Well, apart from this, come on, what even is this? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.